Hi everyone, it's the Rude Panda. Welcome to my first live commentary Broken Frontline run. Today we'll be talking about Shackled Captive. My main goal with this video will be to provide you with a detailed explanation for everything I'm doing in a run like this. So, let's get started. As you may know, Shackled Captive has really high defense and really low magic resistance. So we naturally recommend that you bring magic damage dealers, such as Luvia, Serpent, Irene, that sort of for all you sinners. Furthermore, in high risk he also has 7 core strength, so that is naturally something we need to accommodate. Next being his buff selection. We usually just 1 damage here, so in this case there's not a whole lot of good selections on the Europe high risk server. However, the damage to core broken units and the Serpent buffs are both absolutely amazing. We'll be taking those. Other good options naturally include the damage to core broken enemies, boss HP down, and of course Irene buff are absolutely amazing as well. Now this is almost the box standard Shackled team that you'll be seeing. Usually it doesn't run Hamel, actually it runs Irene, or this is at least the most consistent one. Other variations exist where you don't use Luvia, but you use this instead. Some use Langley. I realize that my units are probably a bit too over-invested for what most of you guys are able to replicate. So I think to make up for that, I'll just be running 5 units. I think that's sort of fair. All of the crime brands that they're using, their shackle count, their skill levels will all be in the description. So check that if you're curious about anything. Also, I should probably mention that I have taken out all corridors. We're not using any of that. So yeah, 5 centers, no corridors, and we're just going to be talking about what we're doing here. So, as you may know, the first wave has runners coming from each tile here. And we need someone to deal with that, and this is why Serpent is such a good unit, because this is what Serpent's main job is. So you'll see me in the first wave, we will be mainly utilizing Serpent to deal with as many enemies as possible. And I'll probably pause after each wave just to show you, just to go through what I'm thinking in my head at those moments. Alright. Cool. Use last stand of course. Serpent's crime brand, cancel it. We just start moving her. Now, I'm not gonna be trying to do any like optimal cancels or anything. Like this is, yeah, not even close to frame perfect, but just sort of functional canceling. And yeah, do just a basic pattern there, so we get the maximum value from her spins. Now, I cleared that slightly quickly for what my Labby can keep up with, but that's still fine. We know there's going to be 2 elites coming out here with both having 1 for each, which is why we bring Labby. As Labby is able to break those for completely free. So we'll be waiting for her to get her ultimate up in time. Meanwhile, we won't be doing anything fancy. Probably just have back here, and there we go. Labby, break these. Probably get Serpent up there now. This is slightly different from what I'm used to, obviously. We just use all of the last stand charges. Why not? Now we're also going to switch to Ray, and we're going to pause to get rid of the danger sign. Now, my Ray hasn't had a really solid timeline constructed yet, meaning that her overload probably won't be hitting the best timing. But as you can see, all of my other skills are up and ready to go. So we're going to be focused on breaking the boss as soon as possible, and then just going ham with the Luvia Ray exclusive crime brand. Cancelling her and Serpent in unison, or sync cancelling as we call it. Now the other thing I'm also going to be doing is I'm going to be using Chet first, so that he can get started on stacking his 3rd skill as soon as possible. So it's going to look something like this. And we still need to wait for Hikate, so no rush there. I'm also going to move Serpent back into her exclusive crime brand just to give her the attack buff. Skill as well. Not to shoot up soon. I'm used to waiting with Labby here. Since she usually carries premonition. That's not the case here, so it doesn't really matter as much. Now, we used exclusive crime brand on Luvia. Broke. This is where we want to kill now. I also get more chief powers to use my last stand, so I should remember to do that before starting to cancel. And yeah, that's pretty much all there's to it, so looks something like this. And as I think I've mentioned a couple of times, you usually want to wait for Luvia's flash. Move her. Naturally, you just hope to get as many spins as possible, and so I'm getting quite lucky with spins here. Yeah, this is a bit... Okay, that was open too many spins, but I mean, you'll be having one extra unit. You'll also be probably having maybe a corridor or two, so you can break faster with Hecate. But that's all in all kind of just how you deal with Shackled. At least as in the box standard team and how I usually play it with the strategy. I hope this helped people. Let me know if you need this for Brand and Maiden as well, or if I should just go back to making more Sinnoh-specific guides where I talk about their specific role in a Broken Frontline run. Yeah, alright. Thanks for watching, guys.